What was the focus today coming off of last night?
Just a lot of effort and compete, right? We lacked that early in the game yesterday, so that was a big part of it.
To keep the forward lines together, I mean, I think Luke kind of switched them after every loss. What's your mentality of deciding to keep them together even after a bad game like that?
Well, I think sometimes it's a matter of proving yourself again. I mean, everybody has a game or two off, and then availability of players, and sometimes when you do lose, you get frustrated, right? And then you kind of take a step back and look at some of the good things you did or didn't do. But you want to give guys another opportunity to redeem themselves, and I think it goes like to do it that way.
With a game like yesterday, do you just flush it and forget about it, or are there learning lessons from it?
Well, I think the learning lesson is the compete part and the effort part. When we talked about that, and we worked on it today, right? I think that's going to be a standard for us as a group. I think that structure and concepts is one thing, but if you don't have the effort and the compete, like we did early in the game, it seems like, I think that's the focus for us right now.
You don't have a ton of practice time. Are there areas that you're prioritizing this, I guess, in structure or concept, or ways that you're trying to, I guess, build on from what you did in those first ones?
Yeah, trying to reinforce some things. I think it's always kind of goes round and round a little bit. There's certain areas you have to work on, and you try not to be reactive and try to put band-aids on things that don't work. You try to kind of be methodical and keep working on certain things and looking at certain things that we need to improve on. So I think that's an area. We have certain areas that we're focusing on that we have seen improvement, and we've also seen some step backs.
Outside of the effort, did you see what you wanted structure-wise?
At times, yeah. I think and over the course of the game, I thought our effort got better, but why wait till you're down 4-0, right?
It seems like that's been a problem kind of parts of the year where the intensity to start the game hasn't been there. How do you get that? How do you fix that?
Well, I think you have to acknowledge it, right? And you have to be upfront about it and talk about it and not try to shy away from it. I think that's the biggest thing, and that's what we talked about today, right? So
the forecheck, I've been calling it a 2-1-2, but Seth said it's more really real 1-1-3. Mm-hmm. How do you break down that structure?
I mean, we want to try to get. Obviously, you want to get pressure on them, right? But you also want to have some rails and some safeguards so that if you do get beat with a pass, that we're not leaving ourselves exposed. I thought yesterday we did a really good job of it early in the game, and I caused a bunch of icings and just I thought we did a good job of it, there's a difference, right? You have the neutral zone forecheck, but then you also have rush defending, which comes from different areas of the ice, right? So. But yeah, we like it so far.
So typically the 1-1-3 is a little bit more passive, but you have a pretty aggressive version. Are these two separate things?
No, I think everybody does a little bit differently. I think there's triggers where you can be aggressive, and you got to find those and utilize those, and then there's times where you got to hold off a little bit more.
With Seth, I had asked you how he had fared in his first two games. He said last night he felt like he got better, but still not all the way back to where he was. How would you assess how he played last night?
No, I think that's a fair assessment. I thought he had a real good practice today, which is encouraging. No, the goal he scores, it starts with a net front battle. He wins this battle net front and then gets up the rush, right? It's simple concepts, but it goes a long way. It comes back to the competing level, and that was a good moment where you see he did that, and it was effective.
From talking with Jimmy, do you sense that Mrazek still maybe feeling himself a little bit as he comes back, or getting getting ice time again?
Yeah, I think it's tough when you're out like that for a goalie. You kind of lose your rhythm a little bit, but yeah, it'll be good.
How do you assess that fourth line, especially that goalie Jones, right goalie?
Yeah, it was a nice play all the way, right? I thought that line had their moments where they created some stuff offensively and gave us some energy, and then obviously you have to be responsible the other way as well. But yeah.
We all silly like the mayor.